Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be presenting you guys with a makeup tutorial. If you are new to the channel, thank you for stopping by, and I don't want to make this long, so without further ado, let's get started. Thing that I do like to do when I do my makeup is I like to moisturize my lips, because honestly y'all, my lips are very cracky. They do crack up a lot, so I am going to be taking my Aquaphor. I'm gonna be using that to moisturize my lips. So good, y'all. Like, when I tell you guys the Aquaphor works so good, it works so good. People who have like cracky, dry lips. The second thing, really the first thing that you guys really want to do when you guys do your makeup is prep your skin. Now, that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day, but my skin was prepped off the camera, so I'm gonna go ahead and go straight into my brows. I try to stay away from this brow product so much because it's so expensive, but this is like one of my favorite brow products of all time. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. Now, I do have this dip brow in the shade called Ebony. It just glides on, it slips on like a dream. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to end up taking my brow pencil and just brushing my brows up. Guys, honestly, I have not had my eyebrows done in over a year. I know, that's very ghetto, but I don't know. I don't really get my eyebrows done anymore. I just kind of shave them off and keep it pushing. So what I like to do is I like to take this brow pencil. This is a NYX pencil, and I love it. It works so good, and it comes with the spoolie on one end, the pomade brush on the other hand. And what I like to do is take the pencil and line. I don't like to start in the front. I like to start right here in the middle, and I like to just line it. Just like that, guys. It's very simple. I just follow the shape of my eyebrows. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I do not follow the shape of my eyebrows, but for the most part, I try to follow the shape of my eyebrows. What I do is the same area that you guys see here that I took that shape, I start at the same area at the very top, and I just take it. I start here and I just line. Now, a good tip for you girls who are learning how to do their eyebrows is when you guys line the top of your eyebrows, make sure the pencil is not like slanted. Make sure the pencil is sitting like this, so it gives you a better, because if the pencil is slanted, you're gonna get like this type of effect. But if the pencil is sitting like this, or the pomade, whatever you guys like to use to do your eyebrows, you would get this type of straight arch pointy effect. And then you just line. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I do get to the middle here, I do like to exaggerate my eyebrows a little more, because my eyebrows, they have an arch, but I don't really like how low the arch is, so I kind of exaggerate it a little bit. So what I do is I take more product and I just take it and just slowly bring your brush up. Slowly. It doesn't have to be, so forced upon. And then make sure, as long as you're connecting your top line to your bottom line, that's all that matters when you do create that invisible little arch. Then what I do is I take more pomade and I just fill in all the areas that just need to be filled in. So, yeah. After I get done filling in the middle, what I start doing is I start connecting my brush from the front. So I take the brush and I just lightly press the brush. Now, I do want to let you guys know the front is like the main attraction of your eyebrow. What I like to do is I like to take my pomade, I tap, and then I take excess product off, and I just create hair-like strokes in the front. So you guys would just see me go like this, like that. And if you guys run out of product, go ahead and grab more, because you do want the front of your brows to look very, very like natural. Make it look like it's your hair, you know what I mean? The next thing that I am going to do is that I am going to be taking my Tarte concealer in the shade Deep, and I'm going to be going ahead and lining the bottom lid with that, the bottom eyebrow with that concealer. So what I like to do is I like to take the concealer and just push it on the back of my hand. Your hand, the back of your hand is going to be your best friend for all these foundations, concealers. The back of your hand is your best friend. I just take the brush and I fully coat the brush in the front and the back. And this is the Morphe M165 brush. And what I usually do is I take it and I start it here. With my eyebrows, I really just try my best to never start in the front, because whenever I start my eyebrows in the front, I can't cap to you guys, something weird be going on. Like, I don't know, but let's get started. So what I do is I take the brush, and if you have a slanted brush like this, I would advise you to not use the brush like this. I would advise you to use the brush like this. So what I do is I take the brush, not like this, flip it over, let the higher side be on this end and the lower side be on the opposite end, and just let it glide.
This sounds amazing.
After I get done lining the bottom of my eyebrows, you guys will see me take the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Espresso and line the top. And then after I blend that out, I am going to be taking my Benefit Gimme Brow in the number 5 to go ahead and just use it to keep the hairs to stay in place, to not move throughout the day. And so what I do is I just take it and I just push my hairs up. And this also helps for the people who like to create a whole different like shape of your eyebrows. Take any type of setting brow. You don't just have to have the Gimme Brow. I like the Gimme Brow because the Gimme Brow has color in it, so it kind of adds to the emphasis of how, like, I like my eyebrows to be very like out there. I like my eyebrows to be very noticed, so the Gimme Brow kind of makes it noticeable more. So what I do is I take my eyebrows hairs and I just push it up, and then I just take my hand, and for the extra hair that went too far up, I push it down. And then I do the same thing for the other side. Push it up, eyebrows. Now, I'm not going to do eyeshadow today. I usually do not do eyeshadow for my everyday summer makeup. So if you guys came for eyeshadow, I'm so sorry. Prepped my face already, but I'm now going to prep my face with makeup. I've just prepped my face with the washing and the regular moisturization. Now I need to prep my face even more, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into this makeup. That's like my favorite part of makeup, other than like eyeshadow. I really love face. The very first thing that I like to do when I prep my face is I like to take my Morphe setting spray, and I just like to lock my face in. Do not talk while you're do not talk while you're doing that. But yeah, with this is just gonna add a lot of moisture to your face, and I do have dry skin, so it just adds a lot of moisture to your face. It gets your face prepped, and I do find that when I do this, my makeup looks way more flawless. My makeup glides more better on my face. So that's just a good little like tip for you guys. I'm going to be taking the Milani Green Goddess, and this is the seed oil. This is a glow oil, and I really love using this year round. I really love using it during the summer because it like really has my makeup like glowing from within, but I really like to use it year round. So I just take it and I just moisturize it throughout my whole face. I'm going to go ahead and take my Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. And y'all, I swear by this. Y'all are over here using that Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And don't get me wrong, the Milk Hydro Grip Primer is good. I have it. But this right here, baby, I don't care what nobody says. Nothing compares to this primer. This primer is the bomb. This primer is the bomb. You guys can see I do have a lot of hyperpigmentation, so I do take my LA Pro concealer in the shade orange. This is the orange one. They do have different shades for different undertones. Then I go ahead and just put it anywhere where my face might have hyperpigmentation at. So really just everywhere, like really just like all over my face, if we're being honest. And a little goes a long way with that corrector, so you don't want to put too much on because you don't want to like let it seep through your makeup and have you looking very red, orangey. Even though I have dry skin, y'all, I sweat very easily. It doesn't take much for my skin to feel like it needs to sweat. So what I like to do is I like to take my powder and I like to go ahead and just powder my whole under face before I do apply my foundation. It really helps out. I'm not gonna say that I still don't sweat. I still sweat. Like if it's hot outside, I will still sweat, but it does keep my makeup in place to the point where once I'm done sweating, my makeup will not move. My makeup won't be on the east side. My makeup won't be on the west side. My makeup is just gonna be front and center. I'm going to be taking my Huda Beauty powder in the color Cinnamon Bun and go to war behind this powder. I go to war. This is probably one of the best powders that I have ever used in my life. Area, so that's where you will just see me putting it at. So if you do this trick, you all just put it around the areas that you sweat the most. Now, I told you before, I usually do this during the summer. I do not do this during the winter because I don't really sweat as much during the winter, so I don't really do it as much during the winter. But during the summer, baby, your girl be sweating. So and I don't sweat as much on my forehead, so that's why you guys won't see me do that as much on my forehead. Of course, for the foundation, I am going to be taking the Huda Beauty foundation and then I am going to be applying it. Quick tip: when you guys are applying your face products, you do want to try your best to match your face products to the brand as much as you can. You guys are thinking like, girl, don't nobody have money for a Huda Beauty powder, a Huda Beauty foundation, a Huda Beauty concealer. I'm not saying that you have to match everything, but you want to try your best to match majority of your things. Now, I only have two Huda Beauty I have 3 Huda Beauty products. I only have the powder and the foundation. I do not have the concealers or anything like that. That when you keep your products in the family with anything, I'm not talking about high-end only, I'm talking about with anything. When you keep your products in the family, you will get a better application. The chemicals that they use to put into the makeup are all the same ingredients because it's coming from the same company. So keep that in mind. Shade is Hot Fudge, and this shade is this is my summer foundation, y'all. And this is probably one of my best foundations ever. By Huda Beauty, I was like, I don't know if I want to get it, but y'all, you know how I told you guys that I will go to war behind that powder? I will go to war behind this foundation. Another tip that I do have for y'all, because I know somebody's about to watch my thing and say, "Ugh, her brushes are dirty." Guys, make sure you wash your brushes before you do your makeup. Me personally, I try my best to wash my brushes twice a week, depending on how much I do my makeup. I literally just did my makeup yesterday, so that's why the brushes are dirty like that. I try not to go more than 2 times without washing my brushes. If you do not wash your brushes often, your makeup application will not be good. You will be very angry every time. You'll be very frustrated. You'll be trying to figure out how come my makeup is not coming out right, and it's honestly because you did not wash your brushes. And I do have a yellow undertone. If you guys are like me and have a yellow undertone but like working with red undertone makeup, the best advice that I will give to you guys is if you guys are going to use a red undertone makeup, in order to block it out and stop you from looking so like orangey and so red like, you do want to take a yellow undertone concealer, and that is what's going to help block out that red undertone and stop you from looking so red. I'm going to be taking the Tarte concealer again, and I'm going to be using the Tarte concealer as the concealer that I'm from my face. As you guys can see, that concealer is like so yellow. It ends up blocking out that red, and by the ending of the makeup, my face looks fine. Like my face does not look like, oh my God, that's not her shade. So yeah. From my contour, I like to take my Kylie Jenner concealer in the shade Mocha, but I'm all out, y'all. So I'm gonna like scrap the crevices. Like, guys, please pray for me. Kylie recently like she's launching like something new, so she got rid of everything. So they're like nowhere in the stores, they're nowhere online, they're not even on her website. I don't know what to do. I usually use this, but since I'm out, because I keep trying to like go, I mean, I was able to get a little bit. I'll be like scratching the crevices to get it. This is the Morphe. It doesn't have a number. It was a part of the rose gold collection. It came with like a whole bunch of different brushes. So if you guys know the collection I'm talking about, this is the brush that I use to blend it out. I like to let my concealer sit for a little while, so that's the reason why I do blend out my contour before I blend out my concealer. But now that my concealer has been sitting for a good 2-3 minutes, time to blend out the concealer. Now, the reason why I do add my concealer and line it is because I want to create a contour without using a contour. And I do usually contour my nose, but I like to create a contour in the beginning without using an actual contour shade. So it just creates an illusion of a contour by the time I'm done blending it out. And you guys will see what I'm talking about. Guys, the next step is going to be the powder, the setting powder. I am going to be taking my Maybelline Shine Free Loose Setting Powder in the shade Medium, and I'm going to be using that for my inner eye because I do like my inner eye to be a little bit lighter than my outer eye. I'm going to be spraying the Mario Badescu spray in the beauty blender, getting that wet, taking this much, dabbing it on my hand. You don't want that much product, and just simply pushing it into the skin. Then I'm going to be taking that Huda Beauty powder that I used previously and just putting the rest on the rest of my face. And I usually do not bake, but guys, during the summer I have to bake. Sweat. Let me know down below if you're like that, like you just sweat for any little NT little heat. I sweat. The next product that I am going to be using is this Ruby Kisses mineral powder in the shade Ebony. And y'all, I need a new one. Like, it's broken. I don't know if you guys can see. Be very careful with it because it is broken. And I'm going to be using that to set my contour. I'm going to be bronzing my face with the Juvia's Place Zulu palette and this shade right here. And honestly, this is an eyeshadow palette, but y'all, this is my favorite bronzer of all time. I'm about to go buy another one because as you guys can see, it's like running the hell out. Just take it and I just brush it up and down on top of the contour. And kind of bring it down like under my, I kind of like to swoop it down under my cheeks, so the cheeks. So, and it's summertime, girl. You better bronze that face. You ain't gonna get to do it in the winter, so maybe you better bronze that face. After I get done bronzing my face and everything, I do like to go ahead and take the Zulu palette again and take that shade right there. That's my other best friend for my blush. Blush is a black girl's best friend. If you're a black chick, if you're a dark-skinned chick and you are not wearing blush, you need to start wearing blush. That is our best friend, okay? And I like to take my e.l.f. Kabuki brush and This is how it looks. And I just like to go ahead and dust off all that powder. Then I'm going to use the same Kylie concealer and I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose. Then I like to take my MAC Studio Fix powder and I like to go ahead and set everything I touched. So I don't really set the contour area, but I do set everywhere else. So what I do is I just take the same kabuki brush and I just powder everywhere. It's just to set everything. Make sure everything is uniform. Make sure everyone knows that they're here to stay, okay, to say the least. Let's move on to lips. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take paper towel and I'm just going to brush off all that excess makeup. I'm also going to brush off all that excess Aquaphor that I was using because Aquaphor is very slippery. I want my lips to be dry. When I say dry, I want them to be dry. And I'm going to be taking my NYX lip liner in the color Club Hopper and I'm going to be going around my lips and lining them. I'm going to use a sharpener because you always want to make sure when you line your lips that your pencil is like very ready to go. A lot of you guys be asking me, what's that lip pencil you wear and da da da. I mean, what's the lip color? Guys, I literally just line my lips and I put on gloss. Sometimes I do add a little bit of color, but that's what I have for the most part. So when you guys are asking me, oh, what is that color of lip gloss? It's really no color. It's really just my lips are very like, I don't know. That's just how my lips look, to say the least. So I just take my clear gloss and voila, I gloss my lips. For my lashes to dry, but while I wait, I've been doing this recently. I don't usually do this, but I do take my NYX jumbo eye pencil and I like to line my eyes white during the summer. It kind of gives it this baby doll look and I love it. So I line my eyes white and I'm still waiting for my lashes to dry, you guys. So that's why I don't have my lashes on yet. But now let's set this face. So I am going to go ahead and use the Morphe setting spray to set this face. Now I'm also going to be using my all-nighter from Urban Decay to set this face as well. And the very last thing that I am going to be using to set my face is going to be the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty airbrush flawless setting spray. And this right here, y'all, this shit works, okay? And I just 3 sprays. You don't need no more than 3 sprays for that one. So yes, I do use 3 different setting sprays to set my face. I know people are about to be like, girl, ain't that deep. Hey, it's me. So guys, that is it for this video. I literally just put on lashes and I added some highlighter. My camera cut off. I'm so sorry about that. But that is my summer makeup routine. I really hope this video was very informative for you guys. Really hope that you guys got a lot out of this video. If I left any products out, feel free to ask down below, but I do feel like I mentioned almost every product that I put in the video. If you guys like this look, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and say hey. Go ahead and browse, go ahead and look around, see what you like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.